How are you doing? Are we live? Well, yes, we are. Because how are you doing? I can see you there. Are we live? Well, yes, we are. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome back. So, what's been happening this week? Well, I decided to come into my back room again. This is where all the magic happens all around here. And as you can see, everything's in its place. I know where everything is. I just can't find it. But this is where I spend most of my time when I'm working on the internet or working on various things, various projects, and also where I write my music. This is where I write it. I write on the computer and with the aid of guitars, and it's all on there. That's where I work. Not on this, not on the laptop. But I don't know whether you can see. If I turn this up, you can see I've got a collection of hats and thousands of CDs, and if I can get this balanced so that you can see me while I'm singing and playing guitar, then that'll be all right. I'm going to take my gloves off. My bloody hands are freezing because, like everybody else, we're trying not to put the heating on because it costs so bloody much. And they've made, is it 39 billion, something like that they've made? And there's so many things happening in the world at the moment, and it's becoming a very scary time. I've been sharing, probably most of you people that follow me on Facebook may or may have not noticed that my Facebook has been restricted. I've been restricted because I've been sharing videos on my live stream, not my live stream, on me live feed, that they say may or may not be true. Now, bearing in mind that this is something I've been sharing on my on my page, which is on Facebook. So if they don't want it shared, if they don't want people to know or to talk about things like the CBDC, which is going to be coming in, and all that, and all the various underhanded tricks that the government's doing with unions and stopping people striking and restricting people, and 15-minute cities where you can walk across it in 15 minutes, but if you go outside you'll be charged, and all this thing's come out. And if you don't want people talking about that, then take the bloody videos off. Don't let anybody share them. Simple as that. But that sounds a bit like censorship, and they don't like to be seen as being a censorship. So anyway, so that's that. So I'm hoping that this still goes out to everybody in my group. Thanks for being a member, and please help spread the word. If you know anybody that you think might be interested in listening to someone like me waffle on and sing songs on a Thursday evening at 8 o'clock, then please share it. I mean, share as much as you like, you know. We're going to beat them one way or another. So what am I going to do first? What am I going to sing first? Let's see. I'm going to sing a Richard Thompson song. This has always been a favourite of mine. It's all about a motorcycle And the motorcycle in question is a Vincent Black Lightning 1952. Said Red Molly to James, it's a fine motorbike. You know a girl could feel special on any such light. Said James to Red Molly, you know my hat is off to you. Well, it's a Vincent Black Lightning, it's a 1952. Well, I've seen you on the corners and the cafes, and it seems black hair and red leather is my favorite color scheme. Then he lifted her on up behind, and down to Bexhill they did ride. Said James to Red Molly, here's a ring for your right hand. But I'll tell you in earnest, I'm a dangerous man. Well, I fought with the law since I was just 17. I've robbed many a man to get my Vincent machine. I'm 21 years now and I may make me 22, and I don't mind dying but for the love of you. But if fate, you know if fate should break my stride, I'll leave you my Vincent Black Lightning 1952 to ride. Come down, Red Molly, said Sergeant McCrae. We taken young James for armed robbery. Well, a shotgun to the chest and there was nothing left inside. So come down, Red Molly, to his dying bedside. When she got down to the hospital, there was nothing much left. He was running out of road and he was running out of breath. But he laughed just to see poor Molly cry. He said, I'll leave you my Vincent Black Lightning 1952 to ride. Said James, in my opinion, there's nothing in this world beats a 52 Vincent and a red-headed girl. Now Nortons and Indians and Beezes just won't do, 'cause they don't have a soul like a Vincent 52. Well, he reached up for a hand and he gave her the keys. He said, I no longer have any further use for these. I'll see angels on aerials in leather and chrome. They're swooping down from heaven now to carry me home. Then he gave her one last kiss, and then James, he died. And he left her his Vincent Black Lightning 1952 to ride. There you go, the Vincent Black Lightning 1952. It's always been a thing, motorcycles, with me. I've had quite a few motorcycles on the quiet, and I just sold one. It was a scooter, and I don't know whether I'll get another, but I probably will. Now, things are changing. The times, they are a-changing, as Bob once said. And I actually was fortunate enough to meet Bob Dylan many, many years ago when I was a young lad. And I happened to perchance upon him, and I managed to get to talk to him. And I said to him, Bob, I said, can you give us, young musician trying to make his way in the world, can you give us some advice? He said, yeah. He said, don't name drop. So this next song is a song all about, I wrote this years ago, and it's on my CD. I'm unprepared, as you can tell, for doing it up here, but it's on my CD, Songs on the Back Foot. And if you'd like to buy one, just message me, and I'll send you a free DVD with it. Yeah, so I wrote this song all about the old mills. I've worked in a few mills myself around here, in Hyde and Ashton. I started off working in a mill in Ashton when I was 16 years of age, and I was working in as an engineer, an apprentice engineer, and I was on £20 a week, and I think I only earn that much now, but there you go. So this one is called Jobs No More. My factory down, ripped the heart right out of my town. Men and women out of work, factory floor to the office clerk. No need to rise on Monday morn, no work to do to earn your corn. All my friends I saw each day, they sadly haven't much to say. Microchip technology, it came with no apology. Computers do the work of 10, jobs no more for boys and men. Boys and men. The wagons came with cranes today to load the looms to take away the welder's boots and the leather cap. They cut the pipework up for scrap. Ships are loaded, ropes released, destination the Far East. We led the world, it's British made, now substandard import trade. Microchip technology, it came with no apology. Computers do the work of 10, jobs no more for boys and men. Boys and men. Went then and turned to years. No jobs had men reduced to tears. Money's tight, times are hard, and I can't afford a birthday card. Well, I'd give you anything you like, but sorry lad, there's no new bike. Money's tight, times are hard, and I can't afford a birthday card. Microchip technology, it came with no apology. Computers do the work of 10, jobs no more for boys and men. Boys and men. Boys and men. Now my My young lad's turned 24. He's never had a job before. His young son is only 3, but he'll have no job just like me. The silicone chips made everything fast. Our way of life left in the past. All of this technology benefit our prodigy. Microchip technology came with no apology. Computers do the work of 10. Jobs no more for boys and men. Boys and men. Boys and men. They closed the old job center down, demolished half of my old town, undermined by the minimum wage, increased the retirement age. All the pubs have hired thugs, it's booming business selling drugs. England's gardens full of weed, now too many mouths to feed. Microchip technology, it came with no apology. Computers do the work of 10. Jobs no more for boys and men. Boys and men. Boys and men. We're waiting for the good old days when we all worked in different ways. It's no one's fault, no one's to blame. Inevitable change that came. Now there's a motto that is apt: to survive you must adapt. And I found a market with a need. I'm growing plants and I'm selling weed. Well, microchip technology, it came with no apology. Computers do the work of 10. Jobs no more for boys and men. Boys and men. Boys and men. Boys and men. That was the my sort of input into the effect of all the mills around here closing down. Most of the mills now are turned into flats and complexes. There's a few mills not so far away from here that are now retail outlets. They've turned them into retail outlets. And I suppose, really, it's just inevitable that if a building can't be used for one thing, we either pull it down and rebuild or convert it to whatever. And that's the thing. You know, you've got to adapt to survive. That's the way that the cookie crumbles, as they say. That's what you've got to do. Adapt and survive. But there are some factories that didn't survive and were closed down for various reasons. One of them is only about, or it was only about, in that direction, about 500 or 600 yards away. And there's an area where I live, and it's just on Hyde Road, and it's called Kingston. And many years ago, there used to be a boneyard there. And the boneyard, what they used to do, they used to have big wagons. And they used to drive the wagons all the way around all the butchers to collect all the bones and the offal and all the crap that the butchers couldn't put in a sausage and sell. And they used to melt it all down and make glue and fertilizer with it. And that was called Smith's Brothers. And Smith's Brothers, they were there for years, and the smell was horrendous, absolutely horrendous, because there was cooking and boiling down all these, horns, hoofs, arseholes, everything. They're boiling it all down to make glue. And so the smell was really bad. But the owner was actually a really nice fella. And he had, I think, about 3 or 4 rows of terraced houses built for all of his workers to live in. So if they worked there, they could have a house there. And, of course, if you're working in there, you got used to the smell. And so it didn't bother them. And they used to live there. So this smell went on for years, and there was a fella that used to complain about it that lived up the road. And he used to moan and complain about it to the council and everybody else, telling them that the smell was too bad. And, there was nothing they could do about it because that was the way it was back then. And then eventually the EU brought in some rules as regards to the environment. And they forced Smiths Brothers to spend, I think, and this is back in the sort of 70s, late 70s, approximately £250,000 they had to spend on a filtration system for the air. So they had to seal the factory up and then filter the air that came out so there was no smell or as little smell as possible. And so they tried this, and it worked for a bit, but it didn't really work that well. And eventually, the old fellow that owned the factory of Smiths Brothers sold up. So he sold up the business, which moved all the actual business itself and all the equipment, and moved elsewhere. And they pulled the factory down and built a load of posh houses there. And the irony is that the smell was still there when it had gone, and they built the new houses. And that was because directly behind Smith's Boneyard was the sewage works. So who knows what the smell was. But so I wrote this song, and it's all about the Kingston stink. And it's called Down at the Kingston Stink. Just outside of High Town Centre, something hits you as you enter. It's a smell they can't prevent. Down at the Kingston Stink. Horses' heads and rotting meat, pungent smell of cheesy feet. Work at the boneyard isn't sweet. Down at the Kingston Stink. Down at the Kingston Stink, well, it's stronger than you think. Those maggots turn to flies, bringing water to your eyes. Thanks to the old boneyard, makes breathing kinda hard. The best that you can do is stand up when anytime you're passing through, just hold your breath until you're blue. Past the place they make the groove. Down at the Kingston Stink. Smells just like the depths of hell. Can't get rid of that awful smell. Up your nostrils it will dwell. Down at the Kingston Stink. Down at the Kingston Stink, well, it's stronger than you think. Those maggots turn to flies, bringing water to your eyes. Thanks to the old boneyard, makes breathing kinda hard. The best that you can do is stand upwind. For a mile or two each way, it almost takes your breath away. Couldn't keep those flies away. Down at the Kingston Stink. Payday at the end of the week, take home all that you can eat. Work at the boneyard is a treat. Down at the Kingston Stink. Down at the Kingston Stink, well, it's stronger than you think. Those maggots turn to flies, bringing water to your eyes. Thanks to the old boneyard, it makes breathing kinda hard. The best that you can do is stand upwind. Just outside of Hightown Center, something hits you as you enter. It's a smell they can't prevent. Down at the Kingston. Down at the Kingston Stink. I'm just gonna check and see who's in. I'm just gonna. Paul Longdon, how's it going, pal? Suresh, over in Australia. How's it going, pal? Suresh, over in Australia. How's it going, pal? Anybody else out there care to comment, and then I can see who's in? It's the only way I know whether you're actually in the house. Care to comment, and then I can see who's in. It's the only way I know whether you're actually in the... Just like he said. So if you comment, I know you're in. If you don't comment and say hello, then I don't know whether or not you're actually in the house watching. So I have to wait until I finish the stream, and then I can go on and see who's actually watched. But, yeah. So, there you go. So the Kingston Stink. What shall I do now? I'm going to sing a song. This is a song I wrote about my dear late father. I lost my father quite a few years ago now, and he left me his watch, and so I ended up writing a song about my daddy's watch, and that's what it's called. So I'll play that. Tell you what I'll do, I'll pick it with my fingers, because it's better picked a little bit quieter, this one. I wear my daddy's watch, and I wear that watch with pride. I wear my daddy's watch since the day my daddy died. It ain't made of gold and its value is not high, but I'll wear my daddy's watch until the day I die. You can't put a price on this old watch of mine. No amount of money you could offer could buy my time. Reminds me of when my daddy flew away. And on my watch, this watch is gonna stay. I wear my daddy's watch, and I wear this watch with pride. Wear my daddy's watch since the day my daddy died. It ain't made of gold and its value is not high, but I'll wear my daddy's watch until the day I die. You can offer me silver, you can offer me gold, but this watch stays with me till I grow old. And when my maker says my day is done, in my will I'll leave it to my son. I wear my daddy's watch, and I wear that watch with pride. Wear my daddy's watch since the day my daddy died. It ain't made of gold and its value is not high, but I'll wear my daddy's watch until the day I die. Wear my daddy's watch until the day I die. Wear my daddy's watch until the day I die. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick. My daddy's watch. Well, I think it's about time to say adios. So I'm gonna sing adios. This is a song I wrote especially for saying adios. And it's called Adios. Adios, my friends, it's time for me to go. It's been a blast to see you all, and since we met, we first said hello, but now goodbye. And the memories we made tonight will always be recalled in my mind. And my friends, you're always in my heart, and you will always be my kind. Adios, I have to leave to travel to somewhere that I have to be, to a place where rivers flow gently to the sea, the open sea. And the memories we've made tonight will always be recalled in my mind. And my friends, you're always in my heart, and you will always be my kind. I've sang a song or two and played this old guitar, and I hope the words I've sang have touched your heart. One day I will come back to play for you. And the memories we made tonight will always be recalled in my mind. And my friends, you're always in my heart, you will always be my kind. Adios, adios, adios. So, until next Thursday, look after yourselves, take it easy, keep fighting a good fight, and adios.